Hello guys. Today let us understand section 8 of the Transfer of Property and Operation of Transfer. Now first understand the basic meaning of this section. Section 8 says that whenever a property is transferred, all the rights, benefits and things attached to that property are also transferred automatically unless a different intention is expressed. In simple words, if the transferor has not specifically excluded something, then everything naturally connected with the property will pass to the transferee. Now let us understand this with examples. So the act says transfer of land. When land is transferred, the following things is also transferred along with it. First is easementary right, rent and profits arising from the land, things attached to the earth like trees, grass, soil, etc. For example, suppose A transfers agricultural land to B. There's a pathway through another property which is being used to reach that land. This is an easementary right. So, after transfer, will B also get the right to use that pathway? Yes, because easementary rights attached to the land automatically pass to the transferee. Similarly, future rent or profits arising from the land will also belong to the transferee. Now, second is machinery attached to the earth. If machinery attached to the earth is transferred, then all movable parts necessary for it also used to get transferred. For example, suppose a factory machine is transferred. Then tools, removable parts, operating accessories, remote controls, etc. will also pass along with the machinery because these things are necessary for the operation of the machinery. Now, third is transfer of a house. When a house is transferred, the following things are also transferred like easementary rights, permanent fixtures, doors, windows, locks, attached fittings, future rent accruing after transfer. For example, suppose A transfers a rented house to B. After the transfer, who will receive the rent from that earning? B will receive it because rent accruing after the transfer belongs to the transferee. Similarly, permanent fixtures attached to the house automatically passes with the property. The fourth is debt and actionable claim. Now let us understand an important concept. If a debt or actionable claim is transferred, then the security attached to that debt also passes along with it. For example, suppose A gave a loan of rupees 5 lakhs to B against mortgage security. Later, A transfers that debt to C. Will the mortgage security also passes to C? Yes, it will, because security follows the debt. But there is an exception to this rule. However, where one security is attached to multiple debts, the security may not automatically transfer with one debt. In such cases, the security may remain with the original creditor. Now, the fifth one is interest on loan. If a loan is transferred, then future interest accruing after the transfer will belong to the transferee. For example, suppose A transfers a loan to B. Then any future interest or EMI interest generated after the transfer will be received by B, the transferee. Okay, because future interest follows the transferred debt. Now the sixth one is income yielding property. If the transferred property generates income, then income arising after the transfer belongs to the transferee. But income arising before the transfer belongs to the transferor. For example, suppose A transfers property to B on 1st July. Rent of June will belong to A. Rent after 1st July will belong to B. Now, let's do a quick revision. Section 8 basically says whenever property is transferred, all the rights and benefits attached to it also passes automatically unless a contrary intention is expressed. So remember, land carries easements and profits, house carry fixtures and future rent, machinery carries movable operating parts, and debt carries security. Now loan carries future interest. All these passes automatically with the transfer. Thank you.